sitting here working on my book proposal, constantly editing, and loving the process of editing, but also knowing how tedious it can be. Right now I'm working on my marketing and promotion part of my book proposal, a part that a few years ago, I would probably describe as the most difficult part, because I just had no idea about how to market or promote. And even a few years later, I think some of that is still true, that I don't necessarily know. But understanding the specificity it takes to be able to talk about the reach and the ways in which I intend to get my book in my reader's hand, and thinking of it in a very specific way where not about the sales for me as much as I have a message that can reach this person, that is meant for this person, that this person is even waiting for. And how do I get from where I am sitting here in my apartment in Brooklyn all by myself to get my book to that person who doesn't even know me? You know, obviously being able to sell the book and have people that I know buy it and support me just because they know me and they like me and they're my friends, that's something that is great, but it's not necessarily always the people who I want to reach with the book. And of course, word of mouth would be amazing. But even beyond that, how am I going to get my book from my hands, from my computer, from my publisher, into the hands of my reader, the person who is specifically meant to read this book, who picks it up, reads it from cover to cover. Maybe they have to put it down and take a break because it's close to home. But they read the entire thing. They want to recommend it to people that are like them and tell everybody about how excited they are. I've read some of my favorite books, and I think my immediate response was, who can I share this with? Who can I share this with? And wanting to make a book that obviously does that in the writing, but also being intentional with a marketing plan. I think some of the spaces that my voice inherently lends itself to, of course, is stepping on stages, being able to share my voice vulnerably, openly, raw, tender, real, just really getting into the heart of things, being funny, being heartfelt, having a mix of those two things, having something that surprises me, and probably the element of my storytelling that I love and hate the most is the poor decisions that I make in life. I mean, I think we all make poor decisions, but the poor decisions that I make in life and being able to highlight those moments in a way where I could laugh at myself, but then also have like this poignant realization about what I needed to have done, and hopefully changing the course of my life from that learning. I think it's one of the values that is one of my best traits, I would say. But all of that said, it doesn't necessarily cure the challenge of having my book ready to share with the people that need to read it, and not necessarily being able to reach them immediately. There's tons of great resources online. A few people in the marketing field specifically who I connect with and just really love to watch their content. I think, sitting here on Wednesday, March 22nd, second day of spring, my idea is let me go sit down and watch a few of their reels, because every time I see one, it feels like I could do that. The problem with me is I often have a period between, I could do that, and sitting down to do it, and that gap in between is where I stop and lose the belief that I could do that. Obviously I could do it. I have done many hard things before. I have been brave. I have been scared for a long time and then been brave. I had let the tension of moments build up to their max capacity and then acted. And so this is another one of those things that I can do. But sitting here, like I said, in my room in Brooklyn tonight, that's kind of what I'm facing. Sitting down, and I've done this section before, and sent it out places, and just wanting to be in love with revisions. That's why I'm sitting here tonight.